Hello and welcome to Griffon Update. I'm Thomas Delgado.
And I'm Narissa Lee. Griffon Update is our student-produced digital magazine show, bringing you news, sports, and information from Missouri Western State University and the surrounding region.
During each program, we will present an in-depth look at the people, places, and events that make Missouri Western and the Northwest region of Missouri a great place to call home.
On this edition of Griffon Update, we'll explain the secret to successfully filling out that pesky FAFSA form.
We'll introduce you to your new student government leaders.
We'll also profile Missouri Western's winning baseball coach.
But first, this year's annual Polar Plunge had everyone, including the ladies of Alpha Sigma Alpha, freezing for a reason during a recent weekend. Reporter Micah Cummins has the story.
Sitting right next to me. I hate that when I wear my glasses and have
It was cold.
What's up?
Really cold. But despite the snow and 10-degree wind chill, dozens of people showed up to Lake Contrary in St. Joseph, Missouri for the annual Polar Bear Plunge. Missouri Western State's Alpha Sigma Alpha sorority participates every year in the plunge.
Scoop back! I'm dying!
Polar Plunge is an event that helps raise money for Special Olympics. Special Olympics is ASA's main philanthropy.
Okay, we have a wave. We have the turkeys. They are ready to...
Bring your stuff and
Each plunger must raise at least $75 in order to plunge. About half of the members of the Zeta Mu chapter take the plunge every year.
how do you press the on?
If you hold down...
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. You want that? Freezing my butt off. That's how I'm feeling.
How do you feel, Devin?
I just for a good cause. Just a little.
Just a little cold. How do you feel, Ashley?
I'm just happy and cold.
They spend several weeks raising the money to donate.
Please, we need to remind you that there...
Alpha Sigma Alpha won second place for overall money raised by a college organization and second place for their superhero costumes. Several other organizations take part in the plunge, such as Northwest Sigma Tau Gamma fraternity. ASA Philanthropy Chair Jessica Cato gives the final numbers.
We had 12 girls plunge. We raised over $1,700. Probably the costumes and the craziest outfits that people will wear.
ASA President Katie Jarnigan explains the process of taking part in the event.
Polar Plunge is one of our the Special Olympics is one of our national philanthropies, and we do Polar Bear Plunge to help support it. It's basically just a large gathering, and it's in the winter, and you run into a freezing lake to show your support for Special Olympics.
Reporting live from Lake Contrary in St. Joseph, Missouri, I'm Micah Cummins.
For your own chance to take the plunge or donate to Special Olympics, visit somo.org/plunge.
I'll bet some of those ladies wished they had done the plunge during the first part of our winter when we had a record warmth across the Midwest.
For sure.
Reporter JQ Deaver explains why.
Now, as you can see, it is nice and warm out, not to mention that it is still winter. Let's check in with KPN's Chief Meteorologist, Christian Johansson.
Around here, lots of people have been out at the Remington Nature Center, taking a walk, taking a bike ride out near the river. Again, just beautiful outside right now, and I suggest you get out and enjoy it because things are changing rapidly. So get out there while it's still above 50 degrees. 56 in Atchison, 53 in Highland. We're seeing 56 at the airport in Kansas City, 57 out at Missouri Western, 55 at Empire Prairie. We hit 64 degrees today. That's a brand new record.
Honestly, it's pretty common. In the last few years I've been here, we have seen warm temperatures spike kind of in the early half, the first few weeks of winter here, when that shift of the jet stream happens, we see our winds out of the south. And whenever you see winds out of the south, we'll see some warmer temperatures there. And then once we get a cool front that comes through, or a cold front in the wintertime, we get that shift in our winds, and when winds come out of the northwest, we start to get that very cold air that comes in.
Let's have another look at winter's warm weather with KQ2's Ronell Williams.
Well, as far as mild days, especially in January and February, which are the 2 months that really hold the highest variability when it comes to temperatures, there are other factors, but when we get those strong northwesterly winds that bring that Arctic air, especially those Arctic highs that really bring that air that sits up in Canada, the way those winds bring that air that causes us to drop down into the teens and even the single digits, there's a reverse mechanism as well.
Let's have a closer look at those spring-like temperatures.
Just 2 years ago in 2013. Now, we are talking about a front that has moved through the area here recently within the last hour. So we're seeing some windy conditions. We'll see some slightly cooler temperatures, but the trend looks to remain slightly above normal here as we head even into the weekend. So
a lot of times what we concentrate on too in the summer, and especially the wintertime, is El Nino and La Nina. I'm sure you've heard of it. Last winter we were in a mild La Nina. This winter we were in a mild El Nino. So we have seen that shift, and El Nino actually, from studies, has shown to adjust jet streams. The polar jet stream comes in at a different angle. The subtropical affects different things, and systems usually come across the U.S. Either further to the south or further to the north, because they kind of follow the jet stream. So, on a global scale, warmer temperatures in an El Nino can affect weather patterns here in the United States.
Well, we knew the warm temperatures wouldn't last all winter. It was pretty cold out there this morning. I'll be glad when spring finally gets here.
Me too. But at Missouri Western, we have plenty of things to do indoors to keep us entertained. In February, we had the chance to see a student-directed production of 3 Days of Rain. The production was a huge success and highlighted the student talent in the Missouri Western Theater Department. Mason Marshall reports.
But here's the best one of all, the kicker, the starter of it all. 1960, April 3rd through April 5th, 3 Days of Rain.
3 Days of Rain was the first student-produced production in a few years. It was produced by the theater and cinema major Christian Allison.
We were given that freedom to choose whatever play we wanted to, as long as it stayed within the requirements, which was no more than about 6 or 7 people, and it needed to be a 2-act play. And so I found this, and I thought it was just very interesting by the description, just pretty much the very first line, where it describes Walker coming back home a year after his father's funeral for the will reading. And so whenever I read that, it really just grabbed me. And so I was the one that chose to do this one and to pitch this play. Well, it was a very interesting play that was unique. Nothing that has really been done in Missouri Western history that I know of. Especially the act structure, where Act 1 is based in 1995 and Act 2 is based in 1960, where the characters from Act 1 play their parents. And it was super unique. It was just very gripping, the idea behind it, where you have these characters who know nothing about their parents. They had their parents were very distant, either that or they were dead. The parents were dead, and these characters were really trying to figure out who their parents were. And then we get to the second act, where we get all of those answers, all those questions answered, and we also get to see these characters, new characters, the parents, trying to figure out their future. So there's this big difference between characters stuck trying to figure out the past and characters stuck trying to figure out the future. And it just had this unique just very unique vibe about it that really grabbed me.
3 Days of Rain has a short cast of 3. There is Pip, who is played by Brian Dusky, Walker, who is played by Riley Bayer, and Nan, who is played by Kira Williams. Brian Dusky thought that the actors did a good job.
As far as working with my cast members, it's been great. I've had experience working with them before, so it's not like it's anything. Not like I'm working with somebody I've never worked before. I've done shows with both people, and even not shows. Like I've done films with Riley, and so we've had a lot of experience together, and we have good, solid chemistry. So it's been a great experience.
Riley Bayer was also excited about the play and acting.
The cast has been just really great to work with. I mean, I've always said before that I just love working with these small cast shows because you always have you can always find a niche in each actor, and you can always work off of somebody. And just a show like as unique as 3 Days of Rain, it's just been fun to work with.
Kira Williams made her first appearance in a production.
Oh my gosh, I feel so thankful that I'm on the cast of 3 Days. I really, really do, because it was. Seeing as there's only one female on the cast, I'm so thankful that I got the opportunity to have this role. Christian's been wonderful, because he's not one of those overbearing directors, but at the same time, he's like, guys, listen, here's what needs to happen. But he's also going, okay, well, think about why this would be happening. It's not just your lines, it's not just your actions, it's why. Why are they saying these things? And I just love that, so.
Overall, the play was a success. Missouri Western enjoyed another production that entertained and inspired. This is Mason Marshall reporting.
With the success of 3 Days of Rain, the theater department is hoping to keep that momentum going through the rest of the semester with its next production of Urinetown. We'll be right back.
So good to see you guys. So, what's up?
We finally bought a place.
Holy cow!
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on...
Is it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Welcome back. Thomas, what's wrong?
Have you ever had to fill out that form for financial aid? It's so frustrating. I don't get it.
Thomas, the FAFSA isn't actually so bad once you understand the process.
If you say so.
Don't take my word for it. Reporter Melissa Castor explains why students need the FAFSA and how with instructions and a little help, it can be a piece of cake to complete.
What is the FAFSA? Why is it important? And how do we submit it? FAFSA is the free application for student aid. It calculates expected family contribution for a given student and determines what sort of aid the student qualifies for. Any student wishing to receive student aid must submit a FAFSA.
Once a student fills out the application, it's asking for all kinds of information, all kinds of data, income information, taxes paid, how many's in the household, how many of those people are in college, child support, all kinds of financial data. Then it takes that information and it goes into a formula, and it calculates out what the expected family contribution is. So that stands for EFC, expected family contribution is what that means. So once the school knows what the expected family contribution is, we will be able to tell the student what type of financial aid they're eligible for. So for example, say it's a low income family and there's a 0 EFC, that means that the student's eligible for the maximum Pell Grant.
To qualify for the FAFSA, a student must be a U.S. citizen or an eligible non-citizen, have a valid social security number, and have a high school diploma or GED.
To be eligible to complete the FAFSA, the students, you have to be a U.S. citizen. You can be convicted of drug abuse while you're receiving federal aid, so it's kind of tricky with that one. But yes, you definitely have to be a U.S. citizen and at least 18 years of age. The male students have to, they're required to register for the selective service. once they turn the age of 18. The FAFSA process allows them to take advantage of that opportunity if they haven't already completed that process. So at least they can do that. Another thing is it's important for students and parents, if they file their income taxes, to have their taxes prepared prior to sitting down to complete the FAFSA. It's more helpful. Students can estimate, but then later they have to go in and make a correction. So it's good just to go ahead and file taxes as early as possible in order to complete the FAFSA process.
Students can find the FAFSA online at fafsa.ed.gov and fill out an application on their own, or visit the Financial Aid Suite and seek help. Computers are available for use and staff are ready and willing to help.
We have computers set up in the financial aid office, so definitely come by and use us. We're here 8 to 4:30 Monday through Friday, and there's always people up at the front desk that can help you. Just make sure that you bring your tax information in with you, so then that way we can help you fill it out.
FAFSA must be submitted by March 1st every school year.
For more information on how to fill out the FAFSA or other student forms, you can visit EATR 103 or call at 816-271-5879. While Thomas is wrapping his head around filling out his FAFSA, while he's a bit confused, the Griffon women's basketball team had it all together when they tipped off March Madness with an overwhelming playoff victory over Lincoln University.
The Griffons tipped off the MIAA tournament at home with a commanding 80-56 victory over the Lincoln University Blue Tigers on March 3rd. In the first half, Western was dialed in on offense, making 14 out of 29 field goals for a 48% shooting percentage. The Griffons were also on fire from beyond the arc, making 6 three-pointers. Although Lincoln also had success from the field, making 10 of 24 shots for a 42% shooting percentage, Western was able to force 7 turnovers while only turning the ball over twice themselves, which led to an 11-point advantage going to halftime with a score of 39-28. Guard Alex Saxon shares her thoughts on the first.
Lincoln, the scout for them is basically they have a lot of shooters, and they have people that if they're on, they can really hit shots. So we knew we couldn't let them get going early, and we just had to kind of get up in their faces and not let them get those open looks, because it's a lot easier to make a shot when someone has their hand in your face. So
Western was operating on all cylinders in the second half. They shot 14 from 24 from the field for a 58% shooting percentage and drained 60% of their three-point attempts. Griffons were relentless on defense, only allowing the Blue Tigers to make 7 of their 22 field goals for a 32% shooting percentage and 2 of their 10 three-point attempts for a 20%. Aggressiveness led to a blowout 24-point win for the Griffons with a score of 80-56. Head coach Rob Edmondson and guard Ariana Novak give praise to their team's playoff victory.
Well, I'm just proud of our kids. I thought our effort was tremendous. Our sharing of the basketball, I thought we played well in a lot of phases. Defensively, we were really good. We rebounded well. We got the ball really moving against. I know they're hoping, okay, hopefully they don't hit enough threes, but we hit 12, and that's what blew the game open.
Well, we knew what happened at their place, and we definitely didn't want to recap of that. So we just, once we got that lead, we wanted to extend it, and give them no chance of coming back, and that's what we did. And we shared the ball, we rebounded, and that's what got us the win tonight.
In the Griffons' victory, Novak led the team with 18 points and grabbed 3 rebounds. Guard Serafina Handy was second in scoring with 17 points and added 2 rebounds.
For full game stats, visit gogriffons.com. We'll be right back.
Get your ass up. You're not in here.
Yes, I am.
Move. Give it to him hard.
No.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why you stab me with it? No.
They want to help,
Ow.
but don't know how.
Oh,
Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Welcome back. It will soon be spring, and that means baseball. Baseball coach Charles Verduzco, also known as Buzz, has been teaching the sport of baseball for 16 years now and counting. Over that span, Buzz's team became MIAA regular season champions for the 2013 season and has compiled 12 winning seasons since he has been the coach. He has produced countless all-MIAA selections and looks to continue that trend. Reporter Albert Shelby talks the past and future with Coach Buzz Verduzco.
This is Coach Buzz Verduzco's sanctuary. He's been coaching for over 20 years now, and he doesn't see it end anytime soon. Verduzco was one of the most accomplished coaches in Western's baseball history. A native of Stockton, California, Verduzco was an assistant coach for Washington State University for 10 seasons. He also coached at the University of Nevada for 3 years. He became only the second coach in team's history in 1999.
Well, at Western, of course, this is our 16th season. I spent 10 years at Washington State, and I spent 2 other years in college coaching at University of Nevada. So that's pretty much my coaching years. I think trying to develop them, and there's more to coaching than just obviously the game. So I think we enjoy that just as much. The relationships we build on and off the field, those things we remember for a long time. So I think being around.
Buzz coached the Griffons to their best season in school history by posting the MIAA regular season championship and also a 28-5 record.
Oh, I think that's one of the highlights of our time here. I think always qualifying for the regional play, in a couple seasons we've had has been a big time highlight. Seeing a lot of players, good players come through the program and see how they're doing. We have a couple of Pro Bowl now, so.
Since 2011, he has coached 50 MIAA academic honor roll students and 84 all MIAA selections. As far as the future, Buzz says he's not going anywhere.
Well, I'm not going anywhere as of yet, but I'm always doing my best where I am. And so, right here at Western, and we continue to do the best we can here to kind of continue to build the program as we go.
What it means, that's what it takes, okay? And we're not done yet, right? Done. No, we're not done yet. No, all right, let's grip up.
For more information on Buzz and the Griffons baseball team, visit gogriffons.com on the school's athletic website.
We'll end our show with an introduction to our newest SGA leaders. Reporter Taylor Allen has the details.
Made, properly seconded. All those in favor of adopting the agenda, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Yes, have it.
Student Government Association elections have come and gone once again, but that means the excitement has only just begun. The new SGA leaders are looking forward to their new terms and hope to make life at Missouri Western even more enjoyable next year. Ida Hafner, a current member of the SGA Executive Board, has been elected as 2015 to 2016's SGA President. This year's SGA President, Daniel Hager, was elected with her and is ready to take the position as SGA Executive Vice President. They hope to use their previous experience with SGA to make some big changes next semester.
I'm really excited to benefit the SGA with everything that I've done in my history to make sure that next year is an even better year than what it was this year, based off of all the ideas that we had that I saw that were effective this last year and put them into effect next year.
Future President Hafner also wants students to know the importance of their ideas.
Well, I'm really a person of the people. I've become a big people person being here at college. So I want to just that everyone can come to me about anything you have that you want done or you don't think it's fair or something on campus that we could change. I want those ideas to be known so we can make that difference.
Future Executive Vice President Hager is looking forward to working with Hafner in the upcoming year.
I'm really excited to work with future President Hafner because I will be able to take any problems that she sees on campus that she notices and be able to apply her voice into the Senate next year, hopefully with the new introductions of NOAs and other changes in our SGA bylaws that will help benefit SGA in the long run.
Along with Hafner and Hager, a new SGA Vice President of Western Activities Council has been elected, Ashley Filippelli. Her running mate was Candace Jenkins, who has been elected as the new Vice Chair of WAC. These two are more than ready for their new positions after they won the election by just 2 votes.
A big thing, we're both Greek, so a big thing we do in the Greek community is kind of like Greek unity, and I really think that's important to translate over to like campus unity, because I think campus involvement is not high on this campus, and I just want to get more students involved in activities and organizations, because I think, as we get more students involved in the activities that WAC or SGA or whoever puts on, more of them are going to be more inclined to join these organizations, so then we can have higher participation around campus. So that's kind of like our big focus is like campus unity.
Filippelli is hoping to get more students involved on campus in the new year.
One big thing, we are open to all suggestions. Like if you stop either of us just around campus and be like, I really want to do this, maybe they're not a part of organization, but I want to hear these students' ideas because I'm doing this for the students. So obviously if I throw an event but the students don't necessarily like it or it's not something they want to do, it's a waste of my time and the students' time. So I really want to do things that the students would enjoy and that they want to go to increase participation.
Jenkins is also looking forward to using their leadership experience for the better of the university.
With us being Greek, we've been put in a lot of leadership opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've had we've both had offices in our sorority. Like I've been the vice president of campus relations. She's been vice president. She's vice president of member development now, and she was vice president of recruitment before that, and activities. And so we've both had a lot of leadership, experiences and everything like that. So I feel like we're both pretty qualified for these positions.
And we're just excited to get started.
Really excited.
The new year looks promising for Western with some excited new leaders taking the helm of the SGA. This is Taylor Allen reporting.
For more information about SGA, stop by a meeting Mondays at 5:30 p.m. in Upstairs Blum.
Well, that's our show. I hope you've enjoyed our look at the people, places, and events at Missouri Western.
We at Griffon Update want to thank you for watching and hope you join us in the future as we explore Missouri Western and the surrounding region.